Toning and bleaching. I think people just look for things that sound nicer and more forgiving, but toning and bleaching are completely different things. Shouldn't even be used in the same sentence.
Welcome to the Health Lounge with Stephanie. Today I'm excited for two reasons. One, because you're right here with us watching this video, and two, because I get to meet someone I've always wanted to meet in a long time. Now, the topic before us is skin toning and bleaching. For a lot of people, these two things mean the same thing and there are no side effects. And then for some others, they think these things are just not good and shouldn't be used at all. So to answer these questions, we have with us today a beauty and skincare expert who runs a first-class skincare clinic and med spa in Maitama, Abuja. She'll be answering all of these questions. She has degrees both home and abroad in beauty and aesthetic medicine. So welcome with us today, Dr. Hilda Ashio Titiloye.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you for having me.
I'm really excited to have you here. So would like to know, do these things mean the same thing? Are they different? Is one better than the other?
Skin toning, when you talk about a skin toner, a toner is most times comes in a very liquid, we call it a lotion form. Can be used to cleanse the skin, closes up pores, then balances pH. That's what a toner does. Now, a skin bleaching product or a lightening product suppresses your ability to produce melanin, so makes your skin appear lighter. So they are two completely different things.
So for one who may be interested in looking lighter or solving some skin problems, are there alternatives?
When there is a problem to be solved, we use some of these skin lightening products to solve those problems. Now, when you use a product outside the scope that it was meant to be used, either for longer than it was meant to be used or use concentrations higher than were prescribed, you will tend to have problems, and this is where the issue is. We don't use skin brightening, skin lightening products to fix these type of pigmentation issues you're talking about, fix hyperpigmentation, fix patchy skin. There has been an inflammatory process and pigmentation has been left behind. We have to use skin lightening products to fix that. But we do not want the patients or the clients using the products at their discretion for periods beyond which they were prescribed. That's where you have the problem.
Being an expert in skincare and beauty, I believe you at many times may have come in contact with people who would even require the services when it's not necessary. And sometimes we believe, or we're meant to believe, a lot of us think these things are linked to self-esteem issues. So is this true?
Self-esteem, I think, is the number one reason why most people want to change what their skin color originally is. Then there are accidental bleachers. I call them accidental bleachers because they start out wanting to fix a problem. Maybe they have pimples, they have some uneven complexion, they approach either a chemist, a pharmacy, or your many herbal skincare experts, and they're prescribed something that maybe gives some relief, even if temporary, but it lightens the skin, and then they start to get these compliments. Oh, you look better, did you travel, you look rested, you're enjoying, and they start to feel good about it. Continue from there. Either way, the skin doesn't know the reason why you started, so the repercussions at the end of the day are the same, so either way we discourage it in totality, except if we're using it to meet a medical need, to meet a cosmetic medical need. We fix that problem and we stop using.
There's so many of these products now in the market. In fact, it's one of the highest paid industry now in Nigeria.
Yes.
People promise you all sorts of things. It's natural, it's this, it's that. So are there specific constituents of these products that could have long-term effects?
Okay, so let's talk about complications of some of these things now. I like to start with hydroquinone. Hydroquinone is not the problem. Yes, it has been banned in some countries and all that, but mostly because of the way it has been misused. Hydroquinone is still the gold standard for the treatment of hyperpigmentation worldwide. There's nothing that fixes pigmentation problems for us like hydroquinone. But when you use it beyond the scope that it was meant for, that's when it will give you problems. Present protocol and treatment guidelines recommend that we don't use hydroquinone for more than 6 months at a time. So you have people using for 5 years, 10 years. Of course, it will give you problems. The number one issue it comes with, well, we keep talking about it because that's the one that we can't seem to have a solution for, is exogenous ochronosis. It's you see people with this bluish black, sometimes slightly greenish, hyperpigmented area running from the forehead down to the sides of the face to beneath the eye area. It's not fixable. For now, we use lasers to improve, but it's not something that will go away. So, I mean, if you start out trying to just lighten skin and you're left with this permanent issue, it's more loss than gain. A lot of the creams contain steroids, which they wouldn't write in there. High potency steroids for that matter. You start using the products, you know, in a week, 2 weeks, your skin is excessively smooth, you know, you're glowing. Like down the line you start to break out, skin gets thinner, and you know that there is a steroid in there. If the product lightens you in 1-2 weeks, even you know that there is something wrong. I mean, what will it do in 2 months? What will it do in 2 years? If it lightens you that quickly. And some of them contain mercury, and you know, because a lot of people would use this product all over the body, that large surface area, some of it gets absorbed into your bloodstream. For example, mercury gets lodged in your kidneys, and we have had people have kidney failure from mercury just because they were trying to lighten their skin, you know. So you have systemic complications. The cosmetic benefits you are trying to get, you end up with worse problems. You end up with skin thinning, it ages you. You have 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds that look like they're in their 50s because the skin just looks old, you know. So there's just no way out of it. I think what has happened more recently is all the hot movates and fashion fair tubes that used to be used back in the day, that our mothers, our aunties used to lighten their skin, many people have realized down the line that they weren't doing so well for their skin, so stopped using that. But what has now happened is these same things are being emptied into the multitude of herbal, natural skincare products that are flooding the market. You have so many of them on Instagram, you have so many of them in the market. So we have it's just the marketing style that has changed, you know, but it's still the same thing. If the thing lightens your skin that fast, that much, it will give you problems down the line. You cannot run away from it.
Thank you so much for that information.
You're welcome.
So, I've been, following Skin 101 for a very long time. I said earlier I've been wanting to meet you for a while.
Thank you for following.
One thing I admire the most is that everything you do here is based on research, on clinical proven medicine. So I would want you to advise anyone out there, because this is a huge problem and I don't think we should shy away from it. I have a lot of people I know who have gone into these things and are regretting now. So being that you run a first class, not just a med spa or a spa, skincare clinic, what should they do better? What should they avoid based on the services you offer here?
We are strong advocates for anti-bleaching. We do not offer that service. Someone was telling me some days ago that they heard that we lighten skin. I said that's one thing that we run away from. We do not want to be associated with it. We do not lighten skin. We're advocates for anti-bleaching because of the amount of damage we have seen that it causes. Some of it is irreversible. You can have a heart transplant, you can have a liver transplant, but you can't have a skin transplant. So if you mess up the skin, you have to manage it. You are left with it for the rest of your life. and this thing is not going to go away, you know, for as long as, yes, it's going to be here for a while. You have, as the consumer, because when I go, sometimes I just do these surveys. I go to the cosmetic stores and see what do they have on the shelves, because that's where people go to first to, you know, when they're trying to buy a skincare product. They wouldn't come to a clinic to buy a skincare product. So I go there, and even the attendants are coming to say, auntie, you should try this, you know, your skin will smooth more than this. I said, my skin will smooth more than this. You know, so they keep trying to shove down skin lightening products down your throat. Almost. And it's even, you have to search to find a product that's not lightening. So I would rather go with regular over-the-counter products. My regular Dove, Neutrogena, that's if you can't find a professional brand to use, your regular over-the-counter products are safer. People that have already made a name in the skincare industry are not going to put things in there and not label their products. So look at the ingredients. You know, if you're trying to get brighter skin, look for ingredients that have exfoliants. Vitamin C is great, you know, retinol, alpha hydroxy acids, beta hydroxy acids. Do a bit of, we all use Google. Use your Google to, you know, Google these, the ingredients in the products. It's better safe than sorry. It will look like it's a cumbersome thing to do, but you only protect yourself when you are a discerning consumer. Nobody is going to do it for you. What you have, and most of the skin lightening products that are labeled as natural, labeled as herbal, they have no ingredients on them. They make these promises and there is no transparency. There are no regulations. Nobody is going to pursue them to you know, put the ingredients in there. You should just run away from those things, so you save yourself the hassle. You buy a 5,000 naira product, even less than that, and it will cost you hundreds of thousands to fix the problem that arises from that. It wouldn't take much to research the products before you use it. Okay? And then I don't know what's going to happen with the next generation. This our generation, I don't know if I should we don't want to give up on it, but then we do this, we have these talks every day. We have 10 patients come in, 6, 7 of them have complications from using some skin bleaching products. So we're having this talk every day, and we see even more people coming with, they're like, all this noise you make on social media, is it even doing anything? So perhaps the next generation, we should start looking at that, and maybe helping them to see, or I don't know if it's a self-esteem issue, if that's what we need to build from, especially the females. I've had a 9-year-old child that came into the clinic and asked for a skin lightening. You know, she wasn't even 9, she was 8. Very vocal, you know, she came with her aunt, and she asked for a skin lightening product. I was deflated. Like, what have you been telling her? So apparently the whole family almost all the females in the family are light skinned. She was the only dark skinned one. And obviously they had been, you know, maybe making fun of her or something. So the first pocket money that child gets, with the way she feels, she's going to buy bleaching products with it, trust me. Because nobody wants to feel that way. So start boosting your child's self-esteem from when they are toddlers even. You know, they're perfect the way they are. They're perfect the way they are. Nobody should tell them otherwise. You know?
Very beautiful yourself.
Thank you. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you. So that's it.
Thank you so much. We are grateful to have you today.
Thank you.
And I have something for you actually.
Oh wow, life is more than a makeup kit. Thank you, thank you.
So
okay.
This is what we give out.
Can I open?
Yeah, but definitely.
Oh, nice.
Examination, glove.
Okay. All right.
So it's convenient for you to check at any time.
Okay, thank you. So that's breast examination kits. Life is more than a makeup kit.